Hi guys, welcome to today's video. I hope you all have been good and had a fantastic time. Guys, for today's video we are going to jump on NBA Bleacher Report and have a look at an article they just released, and it's about love and hate. And like when we think about love and hate, it's a very slim line, right? Like when it comes to basketball, there's always, like, I love my Detroit Pistons, of course, like the history, Chauncey Billups and Isaiah Thomas back in the days, Bill Laimbeer and those guys. But like the recent years, of course, I hated I hated watching the Blake Griffin era or Kyle Singler, Charlie Villanueva, and all those guys. Like if you're a Piston fan, you know what I'm talking about. Like I love Kate Cunningham, I do love Jaden Ivey. I don't love what some coaches like Monty Williams have done with players like Ivy, like players I really like. So it's a very slim line. And for today's article, yeah, it's called Reasons to Love and Hate Every NBA Team's 2024 Offseason. And let's jump right into it. And don't forget to like my video if you enjoy it. And yeah, let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so the article was written by Grant Hughes a couple of days ago, and yeah, the main picture of course is LBJ, the king himself. And yeah, let's start with the first team, Atlanta Hawks. So Love, they acquired future focused assets. Of course, they got very lucky with the number 1 pick, and yeah, they took Zachary Risachet. That came out of nowhere that they were going to pick at number 1. It sucks for them that it's kind of a weak draft. Like some comparison from some experts about Zachary Risachet, they have him like a good 3-and-D kind of player. So if you are so lucky to get the number 1 pick and then you end up with a solid 3-and-D player, I mean, that would really suck. I do like the DeJounte Murray trade where they got Dyson Daniels and some first round picks. I really thought they did great on that one. And Trae Young is still young, so that's good for them. So hate, the on-court product isn't any better. Yeah, I would agree. Like on paper, Dyson Daniels is a minus compared to DeJounte Murray, but yeah, it's kind of, they're going into a rebuild. I hope they also start Okongwu over Capella. Maybe they can find a trade for Capella. Maybe if you're lucky, you get a protected first-round pick for him. And yeah, Bogdanovic is another one. If you're lucky, you get another protected first-round pick or some seconds. And all of a sudden your future looks pretty good. Yeah, Alexander Sarr, like, I don't know, like he made it so weird that he said he's not going to go to Atlanta, that he really wants to go to Washington. So I don't know, man. Like coming into this draft, I had him as my number 1 guy. I saw him in Summer League and it didn't look good, of course, but time will tell. Time will tell. Maybe I'm also wrong on Zachary Risachet. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think. Would really interest me. Let's go to the next team, Boston Celtics. I don't think they can. Yeah, the whole gang is here. That's what you're going to love. They gave Tatum a bag. Like I think he's making like 300 million for 5 years or something like that. Also, Derek White they re-signed, and yeah. Porzingis also is under contract for 1 more year, and Kita is inked a 3-year deal to return as well, so they also have him. And they actually added Lonnie Walker the fourth, an addition. I love it. Like I'm a big fan of it. Like I still see a lot of potential for him. I really liked him in the Lakers uniform. He's a great offensive player. Hopefully he can actually find his role now on a team. It would be great, like, man, to see him like as the 9th, 8th man on a team. So I definitely think he has the potential for that. And yeah, so they're just very expensive. So it's very, they just said it. It's very expensive. White and so Tatum, White, and House are total nearly 500 million. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. Drew Holiday also has a huge contract. Jaylen Brown a huge contract. So it's going to be very expensive. I think Al Horford is going to retire at some point, so they're going to save some money there. But besides that, a lot of money going into the roster. But I mean, you just won a championship, so what else do you want to do, right? Brooklyn Nets, all right. Love tank mode enabled. Yeah, I guess so. If you love tanking, then of course. Hate the dearth of playmakers. Yeah, they don't really have so much, but I think their roster is going to change a lot until the trade deadline. So DFS, then Dennis Schroeder, of course, also there. Cam Johnson. Those are all some trade candidates. Maybe even a Nick Claxton. Who knows? He's on a very solid contract, and they have so many draft picks. I think they turned KD into like 10 first round picks if you compare the picks that they got for him in that trade and also the ones for Mikal Bridges to New York. I think it's like 10 first round picks. So crazy. They are finally doing it right. I don't know who their GM is. I don't think it's Billy King anymore, but finally they're going the right direction. Like I said, I don't like tanking, so I'm like 50-50, but like if you are in their position, there's nothing more you can really do. Alright, so next team is the Charlotte Hornets, and of course on the picture it shows Charles Lee, the new head coach. I saw him in Summer League. He looked very good, very talented coach. Yeah, I'm very excited about him, and that's actually what they have as I love. New head coach Charles Lee. I think he came from Boston Celtics. Yeah, he was an assistant there, and I absolutely love it, man. Like going to a rebuild mode, you are on a perfect timeline to bring in a new coach, LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges, Brandon Miller, and yeah, Saloon. I don't know what his role is going to be. Mark Williams still there, Nick Richards, so very talented stuff. And I'm actually having a lot of stock still on Nick Smith Jr., so I really like that. Hate Josh Green's contract. What? Why? 3 year, 41 million? I mean, he's a solid 3-and-D guy, right? I don't know, man. I don't hate it. I don't agree with this one. I think he still has a lot of potential, and you easily can turn him into a nice trade chip, to a contender. So yeah, completely disagree with that one. Chicago Bulls, next team up. At least they are trying. DeMar DeRozan and Caruso left, the two veterans. I think they also would have liked to move out Nikola Vucevic, but they were not able to. I hate the return they got on DeRozan. It was like, what's his name, man? This player they got from the Kings. Oh man, I can't even remember his name. He was like a lottery pick at some point. I can't remember his name, and a second round pick, I think. And for Caruso, they did get Josh Giddey, so I think Giddey is going to have a great time in Chicago. Him and Kobe White in the backcourt. They still need some time, of course, but I definitely see them coming for a playoff push. They also re-signed Patrick Williams to, I think, a $90 million contract. So I do like that. He definitely has the potential to become a 3-and-D guy. So yeah, I like his contract. And wait, are they actually trying? Yeah, man, come on, man, they are trying. What's your problem, man? What else do you want to do? Like, of course, they do want to still make some trades like Nikola Vucevic, but they're trying, and I think they also will do something, but the time has to be right. So yeah, give them some time. I like the Chicago Bulls offseason so far. Like I said, Josh Giddey, like a year ago, if you could get him into a trade, I think you had to give up way more than they actually just did. So yeah, it's a W, man. Cleveland Cavaliers, next team up. All right, let's see. Love Donovan Mitchell's extension. Yeah, it came out of nowhere. They also gave Jared Allen on a 3-year, $90 million, and they also paid Mobley the max contract. So they got their team settled. And hate Isaac Okoro's strange restricted free agency. Yeah, but he did recently sign a contract, so it's all good. They kept everybody together. They could still make a big trade. Like me personally, I would like to see a player like Brandon Ingram playing for the Cavs. But we will see. We will see. Anyway, I do love their offseason. They kept everybody. They brought in a new head coach in Kenny Atkinson. And I love to see that, man. Like sometimes great teams or championship winning teams, they need time together, right? And look at the Celtics. They needed time together. They needed time to figure it out. And the Cleveland Cavaliers, for me, they're definitely a contender. I could see them going all the way to the finals. Now with a new head coach, if this is going to work out with him, they're definitely a contender. Time is ready for them. So yeah. Dallas Mavericks, love the Tim Hardaway Jr. salary dump. Yeah, he came to my Detroit Pistons. I think they got Quentin Grimes out of it, so yeah, W for them. I don't like that my Pistons gave up on Quentin Grimes. I would have loved to see him there. I think it's the kind of player we need. But anyway, good for the Mavericks. They also did bring in Klay Thompson, of course. I love that, and also Nashi Marshall. So W offseason for them, of course. Hate Derrick Rose Jr.'s departure and free agency. That is going to hurt them. But you know, like you bring in Nashi Marshall and Klay Thompson and Quentin Grimes, you are walking out with a W for me. So all good. Denver Nuggets, yeah, I think they are struggling, man. I don't know, man. I think they really do. Love Russell Westbrook might work for us. I don't think so, man. Like Russell Westbrook at this stage of his career, he would surprise me a lot. I think it's a similar situation to the one in Los Angeles when he played with the Lakers and he didn't work out. I don't know, man. I don't love it. I don't see it. I really am afraid of the future for this franchise because season after season, year after year, they keep losing their best or some of their best rotational players. Of course, KCP this year. I'm sure Christian Brown is going to make a jump, but you know KCP is such an experienced player. You can't just say like Christian Brown is going to be the next KCP. And Russell Westbrook, yeah, I'm afraid, man. I'm really feeling for this franchise, man. Like I don't know. So what about love Russell Westbrook, hate Penny pinching cost Denver Kentavious Caldwell Pope. Yeah, exactly what I just said. Detroit Pistons, yeah, our new GM. So love Trajan Langton takes over. I don't know, man. Like it's good that we have left Troy Weaver. That Troy Weaver left us. Isn't he now with the Wizards, if I'm not mistaken? I watched some interviews from Trajan Langton. Yeah, of course it looked good, but you know those guys, they know how to use words, so I don't give it too much to it. But he brought in some veterans, he brought in some shooting. I'm not sure if I love the Ron Holland pick, especially last year we just took another similar kind of forward in Osar Thompson, so I'm not sure how I feel about that one. Yeah, I don't know, man. He still has to show me that he got it, you know. But I do like Tobias Harris, Malik Beasley, Paul Reed, Tim Hardaway Jr. We will see. Actually, I do really like JB Bickerstaff to replace Monty Williams. You know, that was actually one of my favorite moves on the Pistons this year. So I have a big hope for JB Bickerstaff. I really love him. His defense is going to be nice. Hate giving up Grimes. Just what I said, man. You just kind of, I don't know, I think we got screwed in this trade. Grimes is a solid player. He started so many games for New York, you know, just a solid 3-and-D player. So I don't know, I hate it. Golden State Warriors love one more year of Steph Curry, which is making a huge amount of money, like 1 million a week, 62.6 million. Crazy, man. It's too much money, but you know, it's kind of where the NBA is at the moment. But in my opinion, nobody should make that kind of money in just 1 year. But anyway, hate Steph is on his own. I mean, you still have Kaminga, Podziemski. You brought in Melton, Anderson, and Hield. You also have Kevin Looney. Andrew Wiggins could become something. Rest in peace to his father, who just passed recently. Yeah, if he can turn his thing around, Andrew Wiggins, I think he's going to be fine. But we will see. Houston Rockets, love Reach part. Yeah, he was definitely the best collegiate player last year. And in Summer League, he was balling. He was killing it together with Cam Whitmore. So their future is so good, man. And you know, like their timeline is so well structured. I love what that GM team is doing over there, man. You have some veterans, Van Fleet, Dylan Brooks, Jock Landale, and others. And I think didn't they have Steve Adams as well? I don't know, but anyway, Fred VanVleet and Dylan Brooks. You have so many young guys who can just when those guys leave the veterans, your next generation is already there. So their GM, I think, is a genius. You know, he hate giving up the. Yeah, I didn't understand why they gave up those Nets 2025 first rounder in that trade. I have no idea why they did that, because at that point, Brooklyn Nets was just really telling the world that they're going into a rebuild. And then they got back all the first round picks. So I don't know. I hate that. I don't know why the Rockets, they didn't need to do it, but they did it. So Indiana Pacers next team up. The implications of Andrew Nemhard's extension, I think is it a 3-year 58.7 million, so about 20 million a year. Great for him, a well-deserved great defender. He had some very good playoff games. I really enjoyed watching him against Jalen Brunson. Hate the Obi Toppin contract, 4-year, almost 60 million. Yeah, nowadays that's how it is, man. You're going to be paying your role players a lot of money, man. That's how it is. And he actually became a good shooter, 40% from long range, so great for him, like I think he's going to be fine. He's still young. They had such a steal when they just gave up a second round pick to the Knicks for him. Next team, LA Clippers. Of course, we have the big PG story here. Love Chris Dunn deal, 3-year 16 million, so about 5 million a year. Then they also brought in Derrick Jones for 3 years 30 millions, and Batum 2 years almost 10 millions, and Zubac 3 years 60 millions. And then they also brought in Kevin Porter Jr., who's making also solid money. I don't want to say too much about him because of the off-court situation or stuff he went through, or like the people said that he did, so going to leave that alone. But yeah, there's just going to be a lot of open shots now since PG left, and it's going to be interesting who is trying to become the next star. I do think James Harden could have a comeback season, scoring like 22-25 points per game. Definitely see that as an option, because there's so many open shots now, and the guys they brought in, they are very known for defense, like Batum and Jones and Dunn. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Paul George left over money. I don't know why they didn't want to give him the same contract like Kawhi. Yeah, it's what it is. Like I surely thought they're going to re-sign him. Even like one of the bigger reason, of course, the new arena. They want to fill up that arena every night. So yeah, well, it was definitely a surprise. But he chose the money over LA, so that's how it is. And yeah, Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron's discount, just 1.3 million less, so I don't know, man. It's not a big deal for LeBron. The Lakers didn't really do anything. Yeah, they brought in Dalton Knecht and of course Bronny, but besides that, it was really nothing going on there. So it's going to be interesting. They have Anthony Davis on a huge contract, so they don't have so many assets. Maybe an Austin Reeves, trade D'Lo, who I think is very underrated in a Lakers uniform. We will see about that. Alright guys, so that's all I have for you in today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to go through the other teams in the next video. I didn't want to make this video too long. Love you guys, and yeah, if you like this video, I would really appreciate if you could leave a like, subscribe to my channel. Love you guys, and